It feels so good out here right now. Got that pretty blue sky, nice Texas blue sky, and the moon's out. Drinking on my tea here. It's called Rooibos tea. Real smooth. I to get you some. Pretty high in antioxidants too. So, as far as peace is concerned, this is something a lot of us take advantage of, take it for granted, and it comes easier to some of us than others. So, with that said, if you're looking for peace in your life, you have to start within yourself. Doesn't matter what neighborhood you live in. It does help to an extent, but if you want peace, you have to start with the inner peace within yourself. So, lately I've been seeing a lot of people on social media not only discussing their financial issues or anything like that, a lot of this personal issues, mostly riffraff. And what do I mean by that? So basically, they're fighting their own demons. They go out here and look for trouble. And a lot of times, they're not looking within themselves. They're quick to blame someone else or a group. I hate to break this news to you, but you may want to do some soul searching, right? So, with that said, dig in yourself and see what you're doing wrong. Some people don't understand they're the ones who's not causing the peace. Even if peace is around them, they could be in open country, blue waters, birds flying by chirping, and they'll find something wrong with it. I mean, dead serious. I know people like this. If it's too peaceful, they find something to point out so there can be a little drama. My advice for you, you really may want to talk to your friends, see what's going on, and take some criticism, some constructive criticism. I mean, it really helps. Going around pointing fingers, getting on social media, looking for the biggest drama on there, you'll never find it. Never. You surround yourselves by negative people. You surround yourselves by the most dramatic environments. You go out, you drink, you get drunk, you start fights with people. You go on social media, and you're just finding something to argue about. It's not going to work that way. Keep doing that, you're going to wind up in a bad situation. And for the rest of your life, you'll never find time to relax. You'll always be miserable. And, people probably heard me say this before, find something constructive to do. If you're actually looking for peace, dig real deep into yourself. I mean, just see maybe if there was some past trauma that may cause you to be negative all the time and irate. Why do you like to go out to do certain activities, hang around certain people, and just get the same results? You're getting the same results every week, every day, every month, right? And peace has to be earned. I mean, bottom line, nobody's going to give it to you. You're going to have to give it to yourself first. And that's really the bottom line. It's really not complicated. It really isn't. Just dig deep and say, okay, it's something from your childhood, it's something that happened at the job, maybe it's a relationship you're in, who knows? If you're in a bad neighborhood, you know, none of us are perfect. You put in a bad situation, your environment could change you. You may be in the happiest go-lucky person, but you put in a bad environment, it changes you. Trust me, I've been there, so I know. So analyze what's causing you to have a lack of peace in your life. You know, so just start there. So if you know you're in a place that's no good for you, try to make the best effort to move out of there. Whether you have to save money and relocate, You know, who knows what you got to do? Maybe move in with some relatives or friends. Do anything to get you that peace. So next step after that, if you've already been a peaceful person and the environment is causing you that, fine. You get out of that. If you're just one of them people, no matter where you go, there's some kind of issues, I would definitely, whatever route you want to go, whether it be church, that could work for a lot of people. That's some spiritual guidance. Go see a psychologist if it's too bad. If not that, talk to somebody close to you, and maybe they could tell you. It's not going to help, and if your communication is bad with everyone who is on a positive note, that's not going to help. The energy you put out is the energy you're going to get back. So if you're constantly crying about the smallest things, I've seen people who moved to this neighborhood, as quiet as it is, complain about how do they remove birds from the trees. We're not even talking about, pigeons or anything like that, that's considered a pest. We're talking about robins, blue jays, or whatever. And it's like, why would you want to do that? They hate to hear the cows move. They're crying about things like that. I could go on, but I'm not going to put too much out there. Some of the most ridiculous shit I heard people say. And maybe that's them. Maybe they came from a rowdy environment and it's too quiet for them. As as bad as a lot of people are now these days, that's what you got to cry about. Yeah, you're not looking for peace. You're looking for drama. You can't get any more peace from this. I get it. Some people like to live in a very exciting environment, maybe the city life. That's fine, but don't cry about pollution or violence, and you come out here and cry about hearing the cow move. Come on now. So, I'm not going to keep this going on too long, but yeah, if you want peace, you got to dig in yourself first. Number one. Number two, check your environment. Remove yourself from that. Number three, make sure your activities are not dealing with things that's not providing peace. Whether it be going out to bars all the time, you're into drugs, you're into fights. There's a lot of things that could keep you from getting that peace. So, yeah, and also just try to work on it if you're just a mean-spirited person. Selfishness is not going to bring you peace. Being yourself absorbed is not going to bring you peace. None of this shit is. You have to bring it upon yourself to reach out to people and provide peace for them as well. And we're talking about people who deserve it. We're not talking about people who's already out there negative doing dirt. Leave them alone. Leave the trash alone. But if you run across a good group of people, they're doing positive things, they have a humble and peaceful spirit, talk to them. Maybe they can tell you how to be a lot more in peace with yourself. Me, I've been very fortunate between great neighbors, great family, and a great set of close friends I have. I really can't complain. That's why I have the peace I have now. And you may have to cut a few people out of your life. I don't care if you've known them for 25 years or not. Yeah, you may have to do that. That's just how it is. So give it a shot. Don't be scared about it. So, with that said, y'all have a good night.